Hey guys, just a heads up before the podcast starts. Everyone who comes on the podcast is over 18. It has to be over 18 because, as a warning, there will be cannabis use and nicotine use. So if you do not wish to see those things, please click away right now. And for everyone else who would like to see that, I hope you enjoy.
I'm your host, fucking Daylan, mate, aka Shadow.
Yeah,
I'm here
Daylan
with
Christian.
Fucking Christian, mate.
Ah,
And Isaac.
That's anonymous.
yeah. Today we're gonna be just talking about a few topics relating to just medications, rehabs, clinics. You know, general experiences.
Yeah.
You know that me, Shadow, and
We
fucking, you know,
recount on like all some of the other boys' experiences
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
that we've seen, like
100%.
yeah.
So so we're pretty much just gonna be talking about how just everything. So let's get started. Like,
yeah.
what do you want to start talking
I mean,
about?
today's like fucking focus in particular would be around like the benzos and stuff, because those
Yeah.
are like the absolute worst for that. They've taken the
100%.
biggest effect on us.
100%.
And it's funny that alcohol is everywhere as well, which is
Yeah.
like a big topic we want to talk about, because like
Yeah.
that shit is really relevant. A lot of kids are out there drinking, fucking wasting their lives away, and we just want to like address like some fucking like baseline things about why alcohol isn't good and why it's like fucked and ingrained in our society and shit like that. you know?
100%. 100%. Yeah. So like the thing is, I've spoken to a pharmacist. I've spoken to I even went to even when I was getting like my blood pressure done or something, I even asked the doctor, man, like ethanol hits GABA A, which is
Yeah.
what benzos hit. So
Mhm.
why isn't it being scheduled? Why is this drug that's damaging lives and lives and lives? Like you go to any clinic, man,
Yeah.
on the drug and alcohol level, 80% alcoholics.
Yeah,
80%.
it's straight out. It's a
Bad, man.
massive problem. It's like, I've got a lot of friends whose parents just like drink and drink and drink, and it's like it's fucked because they can't look after their kids properly,
Yeah.
and they can't. When they go to work, they're really dysfunctional. They get fired, and they start like getting like really suicidal and shit as well. You know what I mean? It's like, fucking little trigger warning to start. We might put it in the start somewhere, but like yeah. Shit happens, man, and a lot of people are affected by it, and they think it's just normal. They think it's like, oh, we all need to have a little piss up to, like get rid of the sorrows and the fears and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah,
that's
100%.
that's what a lot of people think and tell me. I'm like, I just find it unbelievable. Like, how have they not seen all this other stuff that's happened? Like,
Well,
and,
the thing is, benzos weren't like big. It like that like. It's so like they were big on the pharmaceutical side.
Yeah.
Valium was, I'm pretty sure, the first drug to reach $1 billion in sales.
yeah,
Valium. So, it was very prominent that these drugs could be abused, but in a pharmaceutical setting.
yeah,
And doctors and organizations started recognizing this and regulating it.
yeah.
But with alcohol, it's been ingrained in our society for too long where we
Yeah.
can't do that.
For fucking how many years now? Oh, God knows. Somebody has to Google it. Fucking.
Yeah, like
How long has like alcohol been a thing, man? Like,
as long as tobacco,
holy
man.
shit.
As long as tobacco.
I feel like a lot of Sydney's influence comes from like a lot of like America's pharmaceutical influence as well, because like, a lot of the
100%.
American companies have like sales here.
Yeah.
For example, fucking Pfizer.
Yeah.
But mate, and anyone who brings up anything about Xanax, they think Pfizer bottle straight away. They see a Pfizer bottle like.
Yeah.
And everyone's
And-
hearing Pfizer shots for COVID now.
Oh,
Like everyone's like,
yeah,
oh, they're giving us drugs, mate.
It's bad. Like, and Xanax was a newer thing. So I'm pretty sure.
It's pretty recent.
Yeah,
man. Like,
it's very recent. So, doctors recognized really quick that it was being abused and it was fucking up people.
Yeah.
These drugs do fuck up people's lives, people, and it's prominent and it's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
But-
it's pretty fucked.
these drugs are regulated for a very good reason.
Yeah, and it's reason why like it's so bad to go and try and get these drugs from the illegal market, because like most of that shit's just cut, man. If it doesn't have a prescription on it, if it doesn't have somebody's name on it, or nothing like that.
Oh, look, man,
it's just all cut shit, bro.
Pharmaceutical companies, man. I'll show you. I'm just showing you a little example of how they of how what they do to protect.
The most typical looking Valley's fucking box.
This a
right
real
there.
box, man. So like it's got my stuff on the back, but I'm not gonna show everyone
I've
that.
seen plenty of mates' mums have them on the counter, you know, fucking.
But the pharmaceutical companies have these special stickers on them. You can't take these off.
Yeah.
You can try and peel them off. They won't come off. They ensure this so nothing so you guys can see. It's like
a bit reflective.
It's a bit reflective. It's kind of holographic. But they have, that on it to ensure that you're getting a real Valium box,
It's genuine. It's the real shit, mate. It's the real deal. Yeah. It's not some fake stuff. And a lot of these people don't know that. A lot of these people still get, bots of stuff from the illicit, like, marketplace,
100%.
black market, that is just, like, no Mylan logo, no nothing. They just see Xanax and they're like, oh, drugs, mate. Like, it's terrible, because a lot of people will buy those things for $10 a fucking bar. Like, still, a lot of people will think it's still like a fun thing to do. I still have people asking me for them. I'm like, brother, I don't sort that shit. Like, don't ask me to sort you that shit. It's so red hot, brother. You kind of get me in trouble for something, shit, like, holy shit.
And this is the saddest part about it, right? So, I reckon in the last, let's just be generic here and just say, ever since COVID started, there's been a huge rise in sad people. Yeah. Not depressed people. They're sad because they're in lockdown. Okay.
Yeah.
And now these people are going to the doctors and saying, I want Valium, I want Xanax. These doctors are smart enough to recognize what the difference between sadness and depression is. And this is why these doctors are so against it. Yeah. A doctor will persuade you to not go on Valium. They will tell you go. They will give that's you the last option type of stuff,
Like, throw down the hammer and fucking tell you all the bad shit about it and all the things.
They really will.
Why they shouldn't. You shouldn't be prescribed that shit. And I hope they keep doing this, because, like, hopefully those like shifty doctors out there stop fucking doing that. Their shifty bizzo, Like,
yeah, man, 100%.
Like, honestly, the only thing I want to chase from a shifty doctor is a fucking bud license, because I 100% know I can function on this shit, because I've been doing it for ages. So I figured out how to smoke at a right level, which is like medicate myself and get myself through the day.
I think, look, it's bad to, alright, back. Yeah. So the more that these people abuse these drugs, and the more that people see how popular it becomes, it's not it's not anything to do with the government. It's to do with people.
Yeah, and and people, like, even though the government will say this and say that, but everything else is up to the people to, like, understand what's going on. A lot of these people just want to be selfish and, like, keep themselves stuck in that loop, and it's not the government's fault. It's the people who chose to take the stuff in the first place, not knowing all the things behind it that could go wrong. You know what I mean?
And like, if
no warnings, no nothing. These
there are dumb,
selfish, man.
Yeah, there are dumb doctors out there who will prescribe unnecessarily.
Yeah, if someone can, like, a lot of these people are learning how to fake conditions and stuff now, and, like, over-exaggerate stuff to the doctors. Like, some of these people say, oh, I got all this shit and that shit, and all the people who do have, like, stuff that in there, like, voices in the back of their heads, they don't want to say that to doctors. They're too anxious about to say anything. It's like, that was me, brother. I was sitting there going, like, I didn't want to say, like, too much, because, like, I've heard all these stories about people getting over-prescribed and stuff, and funny enough, like, back, fucking last year at some point, I did manage to get myself a fucking prescription, I'd say, but, like, it was, I did it for a bit, and I went down a really bad fucking little patch, and I had to clean up, and it was a hard effort, man. Like, if you really want to, like, get off that shit, it's hard, but you got to put up with it, and you got to get through that process. And once you make, like, you know, after you get off it, you can make these new brain pathways that eliminate all these problems that you had previously.
100%.
It's like once your brain is able to develop, then you can stop having this disorder. Like all the meds do is just suppress it, really. Like what if you can use it to do better? Like I found with ADHD, there's a lot of advantages. Like faster reaction time, fucking like flight or fight mode. It's fucking just adrenaline gives you power, bro. I was like, the funny thing is, like, the truth is, if you have ADHD, stimmies do not hit for shit.
They don't.
They really don't.
They're designed to level out your serotonin because your serotonin's going like.
I have zero dopamine, so how am I supposed to have that shit attached to my dopamine receptors? And
Exactly.
All it does is make me feel fucking dead sober.
Yeah.
And then I will admit this, I have tried the hard shit. I have tried fucking, like, you know, I've done like twice. Yeah. So it's not something you want to be around because, like, if you're really down depressed, it's like a lot of people who are down depressed are just susceptible to just taking drugs that are given to them, right?
100%.
And I was really just down bad, you know, just really not feeling it in that moment. I had broken up with someone and there was no one really talking to me. I didn't want to talk to my family because of all the drugs I was on and stuff, and I felt like a failure. And so I did that shit and I found out it made me sober up like that, and I felt super skits, man. I felt like, oh, what the fuck? I just been set in the complete opposite direction, like I just come off the stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what the fuck is going on? And I was completely delirious, man. And then my mates who were around me, like, they're not mates anymore, no way. Fucking, they were just like so happy and just fucking smiling shit. I was there just scared the fuck out of my mind, bro. Like,
no, I mean, like, see, for me, like,
it's terrible.
Like, you know, being in and out of trap houses for a few years, I've seen, you know, a lot of, you know, ice is the number. Ice is,
man.
People don't even know.
Good old brick veneer, fucking.
Like, no one scratches the surface on our epidemic right here in Sydney with ice. It is horrible. Man, like, before ice, I can't remember a time where there was such a big demand for something, and that something could be just so bad for you, but everyone was hooked on it. Everyone.
Yeah, man, straight out.
Everyone was on the shit. Everyone.
Yeah, and I saw, like, some people give it to everyone, and then those people gave it to other people.
Everyone was just feeding each other fucking shit.
It was like the fucking, you know, like, when you go out to, like, you know, I don't know, some places out in the country, they have this mentality that's like, oh, here, have some of these drugs, like, have some of these drugs. Like, these guys are telling me, like, oh, these pingers from fucking Litgo, fucking shit go, mate. These pingers from Litgo fucking hit in, like, 3 seconds. I'm like, that's meth, mate.
That's
hits
not...
in 3 seconds. Like, are you dumb or what? It's not MD,
that's
not pure Dutch pingers, mate. That's fucking nice right there.
Yeah.
Nothing hits that fast. And this guy was like, bro, you gotta try these, man. They're like $20 a pop. I'm like, no, get it.
Yeah, that definitely sounds
like he was beaming hard on fucking, because he was a cracker himself, this guy. Like, I'm not gonna name him, but he's a funny cunt. I love the bloke, but I wish he fucking, like, you know, did better for himself.
Nah, like, some people, you know, I know people who've,
He's
get
like 16, bro.
Yeah. No, I know,
from,
but like people from fucking 16, 17, like even that age,
where they younger people on the fucking gear, and it's like,
yeah, man, like they hop on the pipe, and then, but some people have enough balls to get off it.
Yeah.
But eventually they come back around to it. They always
slacking off because they fucking just give in to the fucking feeling.
It's just because
thank God for ADHD.
Yeah. Like, I can say this from another addiction perspective, but you know, like, at the time I was hooked on nitrous oxide, like Nangs. So. Yeah, and
I've seen a lot of people.
This bloke can tell you, bro. This bloke can tell you.
I've seen it, and I did it too while I was with him.
Yeah,
like, we both used to fucking sit there and just fucking, like, just pump names over and over and over again until we got so
horrible.
out of it. We got hallucinations and shit. Like,
yeah.
man, it was not good for us. It was like
bad shit, bad.
Yeah, it's
bad
like,
shit.
and you don't even look like you're having fun. You just sit there and just go.
If you like, you like, but you're in your head the whole time, and just it's just the worst.
Don't get us wrong. Like, we're saying, like, it can be a fun experience, but like, you get so dumb,
Everything
you lose
in
so much
moderation.
brain cells, you
just,
fucking become so dyslexic and slow at
100%.
talking. Like, you can't even form words after a while. Like, you just
it got to a point. I was doing well. What had happened was
still that 50-day max. It's fucked.
I was doing like 50 when I like 50 a day when I started getting bad.
Yeah.
And then I went
escalated.
but it was weird because I did like that 50 a day, but then like I went to like the clinic, got clean, all sober. You know, wasn't even smoking many cigarettes and that.
Yeah.
So like I was doing good, and rah stuff happened.
Yeah. Just little slip
and
up,
then when I relapsed, it went from 50 to like 100 a day. Then when it went from 100 a day, then I got told that I was gonna get I was probably going into a clinic. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do as many as I can before I go. That was just my like any junkie's mentality, really.
So I gotta go through these before I go in. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I gotta
so like, it was horrible, and just
I feel that.
Just even now thinking about it, it's just so saddening because I missed out on so many opportunities in my life.
Yes, same here, man. I missed out.
Yeah.
I could have been getting jobs earlier on. I could have been doing stuff earlier on.
Yeah,
I was
like,
busy lazing around the drugs, man. Like,
well, like what's a life sitting in the park doing nangs? Like, it's not a life. Like, so, like being, and then when I got, it was just like I can't explain to anyone. Like, not many people really like know anyone with a bad nitrous addiction or nothing.
It's so like, it's pretty rare, man. Like
it's weird. It's a weird thing.
Usually people on the names would have another drug of addiction.
To go
with it, like fucking either the trips or the stimmies if the stimmies hit them. So. But like you were just like chilling out and the fucking nangs, like just nang after nang, like just this mad dissociative effect that just washes over you for like a long time. Like it's like a constant fucking just numbness of the brain feeling. Like
100%.
You don't feel nothing at all, man.
And you get all paranoid. You get like
after
you feel like you're going
you
like
around a bit.
mad mental, man.
Like, when you let yourself detox for like a few seconds, you're like, fuck, what's going on? Like all of this shit comes rushing back. It's like this comes rushing back.
Nah, I used to
it hits you. Like reality hits hard afterwards, man.
Even in saying that, man, like we talk about drugs like ice, but like it legit felt like I was withdrawing like that.
Yeah, cause
like
the pre-existing conditions.
Like it was just I was going to bed and I would wake up in a drench of just sweat every morning.
I could still sleep, and I had the worst nightmares ever. Like. I had the really bad fucking the fucking nightmares, man. I was sitting there and I was just like me looking at myself in the mirror turning into a fucking demon or some shit. Like I was looking at myself and I was like, what have I become? Cause like I don't want to face this shit. And I don't want to go through this again. Like fuck
and just getting past that, because in your head I'm not meant to be doing this. Your body physically drags you, man.
Yeah, and your conscience just drives you nuts. It sends you into a really skit psychosis.
It's horrible, man.
All drug
like
abuse,
I would, that's it. I'll say this once for the podcast. This is it. So, I would be that bad on the nangs, man. That once I was done with them, I'd be like, I'm never doing this again. Fuck this. I hate this. I'm never doing. I would, get a cracker. I would peg it as far as I can into the neighbour's yard or something.
Yeah, fucking.
Get rid of all my balloons, everything. I'd go downstairs, start bawling my eyes out, saying, I'm gonna quit this shit. But the very next day, I'd be, getting a nang cracker and then trying to find somewhere to get nangs. it's just that as soon as you wake up, you're just in that fucking head fuck all
you're in
the
that
time.
Fucking, what is this? Everything is just returned to you, and you don't want to feel, and you don't want to.
You don't want to feel anything. You know, you want to you do that shit to make you numb, not so you can feel more emotion.
Yeah.
Like it's
like all them like sober people out there. They think it's like, oh, drug addiction's so bad. Like, why can't you see it? It's like you possibly, it makes reality feel more shit than it actually is supposed to feel.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's a really hard feeling to like overcome, and that's why like so many people are like, oh, drugs are so shit, this, that, but it's only because people just blow it out proportion or use it for the wrong thing, you know. 100%. It's like it's not because like, it's because we don't educate people enough on what they should do, and they just let the government just lets this problem happen. Let us make our own mistakes, and then fucking try and trap us into their system afterwards by trying to help us and medicate us. But they always, like, you know, we were going to talk about rehab soon, but but the system's so sugar coated, man. It's so like they don't give us everything the facts. I remember sitting in PE class and shit, and going like, why aren't they telling us all this stuff? Like, I remember like when I actually like regained my memory back after I recovered from Zanny, like addiction and abuse and shit. I was like, to remember my PE classes from year 9, year 8, and I was like, oh man, they didn't say nothing about all this. They just told you, LSD makes you see shit. Yeah, good.
All they tell you in school is just
make you down and drowsy.
Don't do drugs. That's just the message they say.
Yeah, I know. They just give you like the most basic shit. It's like, marijuana makes you relaxed, drowsy, fucking this, that. I'm like, like, now I'm just like, oh, this beautiful plant, mate. You know, like,
But I'll get into the rehabs. So
rehab is a big topic because not many people know what goes on in rehab. Even me, I don't know what goes on in like a lot of rehabs around the place, but I have been to rehab for fucking like I actually broke out. It's funny.
Real?
I went to rehab for Zannies for a bit, and I was like, fuck, this is shit, and I just left. I was like, I'm out of here. This, my ADHD just carried me. Like, I was like, you know what, let's go autopilot, fucking knocked out a few cunts to get out, and then ran out the doors, and I was like, I'm back out here, start fucking hustling up again, mate. Like, start doing some naughty shit.
Yeah, it's just like, because, like, the first time I went to rehab, I was about 16 or 17, something like that. Yeah. I was young though.
So a bit younger than me. I was 18. I was like,
I was
an adult as well. I was fucked.
I was So I got I had a lot of, you know, mental shit going on. This, that. A lot of like just unnecessary, just, you know, fucking just dumb shit pretty much. Yeah. So anyway, I just, you know, like I went to this clinic. Yeah. And I was on the mental health ward. Now in clinics, there's a few different levels for like mood disorders, you know, mental health, and you got drug and alcohol. These are in the better clinics though. So they're like so
that ones that you get like
5-star clinics, like the best shit. And like, so, you know, I first got admitted there, and you know, like. You go in, everything's sweet, like they have a little, like you got like, there's a little med bay.
Yeah, it feels a bit too safe.
So and everything's sweet.
Emergency buttons all over the place.
Oh yeah, the code black buttons, know all about that. So, you know, and then, you know, I go to my room, this, that, and, you know, I go into to like kind of the main room where everyone hangs out.
Yeah, it's like the common area.
Yeah, and you know, I just start, you know, talking to everyone, you know, we get on the topic of, I think it was like butt or something, right?
Yeah.
And like, it was a very innocent conversation, and like, you know, we're just talking, you smoke butt here and there, and then like, one of the people who were in the room, lad, who weren't even near us, fucking goes and tells one of the staff, and then she's like to me, you can't talk about drugs, you can't talk about, like, it is the most...
It's like, what's wrong with a little yarn? Like, are you serious? Like,
it is the most... Okay, I can't even explain it to you, man. It is, like, you can't have a voice in there.
Yeah.
You can't.
You're so restricted. You feel like Even then,
you
your
literally
conscience
can't.
is like fucking trapped still. Your conscience is still trapped. Like, even when you're trying to recover from this shit, they try and like lock you into this mindset where you can't talk about this, can't talk about that. You start getting scared about it because you're coming off everything. And it starts getting engraved in your head like, you can't talk about this, you can't talk about that.
Like what? I can't, like...
That's some mind control shit right there, bro. That's some...
And
some
I'd even be in the
shit.
smokers area, bro. Like, in the smokers with like 2 other people, and we'd be talking about...
Just I'm tobacco kills like way more people than bud does. Are you not getting the stats here, brother? I haven't heard of someone that bud has killed. Like, people do like insane doses of edible fucking terp slurp juice. I love that shit, by the way. It's fucking mad. You down that shit and you're like just gone still, but you don't like pass out, and then you wake up next morning feeling fresh as fuck, still fucking stoned as fuck. Like, bro, what? Smoke a cigarette. My lungs, brother.
Man, but even in the smokers,
man, the stigs are just as bad. Nah.
Yeah, even in the smokers, man, we couldn't talk about nothing. Like, you can't, like, oh fuck, like, there would be drama going on between people in the clinic about the dumbest shit. I can't even explain, like, about
egotistical shit.
Like, just like simple words like, or like if you just say something that, let's just say someone is like, it's hard to, let's just say someone's afraid of elevators.
Yeah.
If you mention an elevator around that person, you get in big trouble. Even if you don't know, you still get in trouble.
Brother, like, you're not, that's just like, tell people to face the facts, man. Like, are you serious? Like, you gotta understand what's going on in other people's heads, not just like tell them the fucking, like, oh, not mention this, not mention that, or not let them near elevators or some shit. It's like,
crazy, man.
Brother, everyone else can use the elevator. Let's let this person use the elevator. Like, teach them how to do
it.
Yeah, like,
it's like if
you get around to it, it's like, don't fucking just hide it from them. Like, what, bro? Elevators are everywhere. You gotta learn how to use that shit if you want to live in the outside world. Yeah, so you can't just stay in there forever, like thinking.
It's all about that whole. Like, I understand people have their triggers, but if your trigger is something basic where, you know, it's a common thing that is being brought up,
it's an unnecessary trigger.
Exactly.
It's a trigger that's just built somehow, like by the mind in some form, because.
And like triggers are real, but I feel like there has to be a really, really, really traumatic something.
That one, that one feels like you just don't want to accept the experience of like falling down an elevator because of the fear of falling or something, you know.
It's not even about that. It's just it's more about like if you want to mind your own business and talk to someone about, you can't express your opinion even if you're talking directly to someone else and no one else is like, it's like that type of shit.
The vicinity, like you just hear it and you're like, oh what? It's like, oh brother, just section them off, fucking. And you don't have to hear anything. Just like make sure they don't hear nothing, fucking.
Like, and there'll just be so much just like everyone would like get along and like everyone would, you know, have peace and it would be all sweet, but like at the end of the day they're all on fucking benzos and like even on the mental health level, I'm talking the mental health level, not even the drug and alcohol. So
just mental health forward.
So I was you know just there was some chick there who you know, I was at the time getting off some fucking pretty heavy shit.
Yeah.
So my doctor was like, I don't want to give you, you know, something else you may get like hooked onto type of stuff. So he's trying to full detox me.
Yeah, that's a good friend.
It was like, he's a mad doctor. So anyway, you know, everyone was talking about like their meds and that, and everyone's saying, you know, I'm on temazepam. And I'm like,
everyone's talking shit.
No, legit, lad.
Yeah,
legit. Like, and I was like, wait, what? What'd you say? They're like temazepam, and I'm like, do you know what that is? And they're like, no, the doctor just gave it to me. And I'm like, what?
What the fuck? What? That's some heavy shit, fam. That's some.
The doctor just like, what the fuck?
Class of benzos there.
And I don't want, like, if she needed temazepam, that's fine. Just tell her what the fuck it is. Tell her that it's a benzo, you know? Like,
she was like asking you, like, and she's going, what is this shit?
Like it's... And then you got the people in there who actually like pretty much just live in the clinic.
It's like, here you go, Isaac. Have this.
Oh yeah,
drugs, yeah.
Fuck yeah. 100%.
Even just people like, there's people who stay in the clinic for like 9 months a year, bro. Like dead set, and they staying in there because they have to either get like injectable antipsychotics like clozapine or
so they can't administer that themselves because they're gonna fucking hurt themselves doing that. So they have to get doctors and nurses to do that shit. Like.
Yeah, man. And you know, it's some pretty serious shit, and yeah, like, fuck, man, and like.
So there's a lot of fucking bad details to it. There's a lot of fucking like just.
Yeah,
so
but you know,
that's the
there's bad
clinic.
details.
That's the clinic, like, fam. That's the people that are trying to help you get off fucking drugs, and they're giving you the heavy shit.
I also remember this. A doctor, I'm not shitting you. I am not shitting you. A doctor told a 16-year-old kid to smoke cigarettes to relieve anxiety because he couldn't prescribe her benzos. Lad.
Doctor said smoke ciggies, brother. That's like back in the 70s and shit when they put out those ads and stuff. Doctors like smoke this brand of cigarettes. I'm like, oh, where are those doctors now? Probably fucking with cancer in their fucking late 70s. Boy, yeah, mate. Fucking down.
Yeah.
But like, they're just...
Luckily we have a fucking carpet.
Fuck.
You gotta spray some Glen 20 on that fucking cold water.
It's all good, man.
But even like, it's just...
Yeah, spray.
You don't know where your head's at in the clinic because you're always made to feel sick.
Yeah, man, they just they pretend you have like an illness, is what Spanian said when he's fucking fit.
Yeah.
It's like they make you pretend you have an illness, not a fucking disease. Like fucking your illness is a disease. Like, It's like, bro, it's not something you have to fucking live with. It's something
like,
you have to process.
If you need to be in a... Look, I've met people who benefited off clinics. Like, clinics can do good, but people don't know that kids under 18 are getting benzos only because they're in a controlled environment. They wouldn't be allowed getting that. So I'm talking 15, 16-year-old kids are getting fucking temazepam.
Just brain numbing shit.
And these people don't, like, you know, I understand antipsychotics because, you know,
some people can have pre-existing conditions that can escalate, especially when like treated in a different fashion. Like I remember, I was like, as a kid, I would have these like little chatter in the back of my skull, and it wasn't like too great. But like when I didn't think about what I was doing, I just like, you know, made some stupid decisions and shit, and I came to regret later, and the fucking trauma hit me in the face. Like I don't know why I had this trauma just hit me in the face, and I always relived that situation over and over again. Like it's kind of shit. And until I like met buds, I couldn't like really process this shit. But I realized like after I got off the bud, it was when I really could process that shit and change my mindset completely. Because like while you're on the drugs, it's like it still suppresses you, like changing your mindset, and still suppresses like your conscience and your thinkings. Like, you know, for me, I've done a lot of psychedelics, and like conscience is a very big factor, and all of these benzos just cut out that conscience, and you don't have this resisting background voice that tells you what to do and makes you do decisions that you want to make.
It's like having Xannies every day is like having 5 shots of vodka every hour. Yeah, something like that. Like just something on that
like GABA heaps of confidence, you have no anxiety, you have this like nice calmness to your body, you won't be shaking, you like sit there calm, like everything will sit on the mattress, like
100%.
And like especially for people who don't have properly functioning dopamine receptors, like ADD and ADHD or possibly even BPD people, it's like they have such like a, you know, they have such a good time on benzos, like it's too good for them in such a sense where
100%.
It like makes them just like, you know,
because
just do what they want and have this motivation behind shit which they wouldn't normally get, and you don't have to give yourself this little fidgety stimulation to get happiness all the time. You can like stick and concentrate and focus on what you're doing, 100%. But that's only because it's cutting out your overly
that
buzzing conscience, your overthinking conscience that's like
when you're
been
in
affected
overdrive,
by all of this memory that you've had, and all the drugs like make the memories like they don't have any weight to them.
Yeah,
the memories
yeah,
have less weight to them, and they don't like the trauma doesn't hit you in the face with the memories anymore. So like you aren't really processing it. It's just still there. It's like you gotta really break off that shit instead of just numbing it out. Like you gotta go through that. You gotta really throw yourself back into there and say it's like, all right, I can get past this now.
Because like antidepressants don't cure depression.
They don't.
They don't.
Really don't.
Ask a doctor. They don't.
In fact, they kind of make you feel more depressed.
Bro, yeah, they do.
It's like, bro, people get like no sex drive.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, bro,
don't worry,
feel
bro.
good.
Yeah,
Their miso, like their miso doesn't make them feel good. It's like they're just sitting there, just like, hey.
Yeah, bro.
It's like they can't talk to
it's devastating,
people.
Lad.
It's like,
it's devastating. Yeah. No, but but the thing is, like, antidepressants, honest, they probably like did save my life.
Sometimes,
honest, man.
Yeah, sometimes a substance you can use to get through a certain portion. Like for some people, shit can be just too devastating to the point where they need to be running on something just to get through it.
But antidepressants make you feel like shit the first few weeks.
Yeah.
Like, and a doctor will tell you that you're gonna be depressed for a few weeks, and then you'll start to feel better.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with me. And like, you know, it.
It's slow acting.
And people, like, alright, this is how stupid cunts are these days. They will, like, go to a doctor, and just because they're sad, they'll try and get, you know, Valleys or Xanax. Yeah. Like, people don't know, like, these are, you know, effective muscle relaxants. They're effective...
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of other side effects to them that people don't take into consideration. Because when you come off it, you get to feel the opposite of that.
Exactly.
It feels like shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels like absolute
shit. So when, you know, when you're on, you know, something like Valium, and you're, you know, you're relaxed. Yeah. Your muscles are relaxed. Like, people get prescribed Valium for, like, tension in their jaw, you know, like
I've
for like like if they have really
shaking
tight
leg
muscles,
syndrome.
yeah,
I've got really tight hamstrings at the back. Like my legs always.
They
like
have mad real uses, but people wanna fucking just absolutely abuse it and make a bad name for it.
Yeah, and I've been there, done that too with the Valleys as well.
Yeah,
so it made me so fucking lazy, man.
It full
That's
does,
why like I went from Valleys to fucking K-pins to Xannies because I found K-pins didn't hit as hard as Xannies did. Because Xannies
are immediate release.
That's probably because like, you know,
K-pins
pre-existing
long
conditions
release.
And shit. Yeah. Pre-existing conditions just like made the long release so like non-existent. My cat's fucking walking around here, so.
Yes, cutest cat. Yeah, but just sometimes
it's just like because I abused them, right? So I went from Valleys and I started taking more Valleys and they started hitting less, and I was like, I was still not sleeping at some point. So I was still getting insomnia. And I didn't have any bud at the same time, so 100% I was still getting insomnia. Fucking K-pins, I could like sleep here and there some days, like you know. Yeah. And then when I got that Xanny prescription, it was like, fuck. You know, I had all this energy. I could do everything.
Yeah.
I could fucking like get up, and I wasn't like I didn't look like a fucking cook cunt.
Yeah.
But, like maybe my face was like I had these massive eye bags, and my jaw was just like. But I was still running around looking fine. You know, I could still do my exercise and fucking do stuff. I wasn't short of breath or anything, and I just had this motivation to do whatever. Like first thing that popped to my head, it was like. I could do it.
It's because all that ADHD is just
and because it slowed me down a bit, I did have this like little thought process fix where I could like think about what I was doing before I was doing it, and find a more thoughtful way of doing it. Like put more fucking effort into it. It's like it was so effortless though. It was like
100%.
It was thinking for me nearly. It was like it was just letting my conscience run on its own accord, like just do
because
this,
it kind of takes
and
that filter away of overthinking.
Like it doesn't allow you to take in the even further options outside of that. It doesn't let you open your mind to the extra further possibilities that
like
you are actually missing. But it gives you these basic ones that it gives you, and it lets you abuse your reality that you're in. You see everything. It's kind of like a computer game. You're like, oh, bro, you see this?
You're like,
you
whoa,
got-
my hands.
you're setting,
Yeah.
you know, doing this action, you see all that, you can calculate shit in your head before you do it, like,
Yeah.
it's funny.
Everything's like more kind of understanding.
yeah.
And you look, I found that with, like, when I, you know, first started taking Valium, like, it was, you know, it's...
That's a dangerous thing, by the way.
It is,
How good
it
it
is.
sounds. How good, if it sounds good, the better it sounds, the more
don't-
dangerous
yeah,
it is.
Don't,
the more
don't
dangerous it is.
touch Valleys. But, you know, like, I'm just explaining how it can be as a useful drug. Not, like, no, I was saying medication, so
Yeah.
everyone doesn't, you know, get all
medicinal
triggered. Yeah.
reasons, not recreation.
Yeah, like actual medicine. But, you know, like, when I was coming off the nangs, right, I could not even hold a cup of water. I was like this every day.
Yeah, the
I was
heart
like
rate
that
and the blood pressure
every
would be,
day.
like, through the roof.
Every single, I couldn't. And, you know, I told, you know, my doctor was like, you know, we'll try Valium, and, you know, I stopped shaking, and then, you know, I found myself kind of taking it a bit too much, and then I was just like, you know, like, this is just better as a actual medication. And,
yeah,
like,
people shouldn't abuse it, man. Just
Yeah,
take one and go to
exactly.
sleep. Like, there you go. Because it lets you produce those sleep hormones. It doesn't force you to go to sleep.
Yeah.
It just lets you produce those sleep chemicals, and then you can like happily relax. Because once those chemicals are flowing through your body, you just feel kind of relaxed.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's like not too hard. It's not kind of unhealthy. It doesn't fucking take anything from your body. Like, it's allowing you to produce sleep chemicals. And if you just take a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you take too much of it,
You're
you try and
fucking-
take it, and then you try and take a little bit after. It's like that little bit won't do nothing for you because your body's built this tolerance. Like, if you don't
Yeah.
abuse it, you can't build that tolerance.
Exactly.
You can't fucking build that tolerance, and that gives you the potential to abuse more.
Like, I
People
like,
that do that end up having to get more prescriptions. Like, if they're not intentional abusers, like they have maybe accidentally fucking overdone it.
Yeah,
They're like
yeah,
2
yeah.
out of it or something, or
Yeah,
they forgot to
100%.
take it. And
Yeah,
they
yeah.
took 2. Like, that's how they do it. Like, they forget to take and they take 2.
yeah,
It's like, bro,
yeah.
that's how you build a tolerance to the tiniest bit. Like,
I've
and then
full done that.
yeah, and then you have to go back to the guy and get a fucking stronger prescription because it's like not working for you as well. Like, you're going,
Can you pause this?
yeah, mate.
Yeah, I need to pee.
Audio's in.
Yeah, mate. Alright. We are back.
Yeah, man.
Fucking. I was trying to fucking think about where we were left off, mate. So
Yeah.
we get into. So we've already covered rehab. We've already covered stuff. Fucking. We're starting to talk about responsible use now, eh? So yeah. So we talked about fucking valleys and how, like, you know.
Yeah. How, like, honest, like, they're real effective,
Yeah,
but just
they can
don't-
work.
Yeah, just don't abuse them.
It's like, because like when people abuse them in the system, it just ruins it for everyone else. Because like they'll just start getting prescribed less and less and less.
Yeah.
So the people who actually need it after a while, because that's going to happen eventually. Like right now, people still get it. Like if they say they can't sleep, they have like really bad insomnia, they get given like the small ones, you know. Like,
Yeah, like the 2 milligram type shit, yeah. But, you know, like, it's all about just using a brain. Oh, is that your
Where's
pen?
your one?
Oh. True. Yeah, it's all about just responsible use. Like, as I have a cone, but, yeah. Cheers.
And fucking, and like, you know, and the other thing with like other like drugs that people can do, like recreational drugs that aren't actually so harmful but aren't actually illegal or aren't pharmaceutical, it's like those things get like ruined by like, you know, people abusing pharmaceutical drugs and the recreational drugs. Just like people abusing drugs in general just ruins like the image of like the ones that actually work and the ones that can do good, you know. Like I'm sure fucking people have realised a lot. Like we did a survey, more than 70% in this people in this country think that bud should be legalised out of like a sample of the population.
Oh,
70%.
yeah.
That's fucking skits. That's like.
That's a high number.
Yeah, and this was off like you know, an Australian surveys thing. So I looked it up and was like, this is some, you know, they did a sample, you know, of the population. Still, even though it's a sample, 70% said they've tried and they would approve of the legalisation of it, because it's just, you know, when all the buds, just like the illegal industry is huge, and right now our government, what they're doing is they're just benefiting off this massive illegal industry by taking off them and fucking just like reselling in their own right, you know. That happens. People don't think this happens, but they don't just confiscate the shit. They're gonna make money off it, you know.
Fucking the government is would legalize bud is just to get a cut.
Cash and they see, they legalize the bud, and it's like, what do you think? If
Bud's
you drug
illegal
test that cabinet,
if
you drug test that cabinet in the ACT, I guarantee a lot of them would either be on the rack or the buds. Or a mix of both, or fucking even worse shit, you know, who knows, fucking, some of the politicians might know the truth about how, like, ketamine can be healthy for you if, like, it's pure and it's good shit. Like,
every politician's been on rack.
It's like, the politicians can get the pure stuff because they can confiscate it from all these people and get it given to them, like,
it's fucked,
I'm not implying that this is happening, but it could be. Yeah. And there's a lot of evidence that points to it, but it could be. Like, bit of a skits theory, but like, you know, it's like, it's kind of viable now. Like, it's looking more and more like feasible now. And the way that they get like people trapped within the system with their pharmaceuticals and stuff, like, you know, I see a lot of people, or I've heard from a lot of people whose parents say they say that their parents are on the fucking benzos and stuff all the time, and they're so selfish and they don't do anything to look after their family because they do too many of them and they're just too lazy, too slack. Fucking.
Like, doctors are like, look, if you're older, doctors are a lot more inclined to give you something like fucking like valleys, like, you know. But like for young cunts, doctors fucking hate it. But I reckon the only reason they really, really, really want to legalize the shit, the government at least, they're pushing for it.
Yeah.
But is so they can get a massive cut in the fucking tax. Yeah. Because think about it, when you're selling drugs, realistically the government doesn't give a fuck about your health.
Mm-hmm.
Honest, like. Fucking.
It's like, does it fix your problem? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Have this. It's like, what can I do that for buds, huh? What is it? It's just a plan. It's like, just because it's like, are you trying to stop me from opening my mind on the psychedelic aspect? Are you trying to like hide something from me?
It's only because they can't tax it. As soon as they figure out how to tax something, legalize. They're fine to legalize it. The government wants a cut of everything you fucking have, bro.
Yeah, like even in like fucking California, right? The illicit industry is still bigger than the commercial. You know, the legal stuff, the legal like dispensaries and shit like that. People just rather get off their favourite plug still because he's got the best fucking gas, man. I see all these American plugs. I follow a lot of them. There's
I've tried the proper Australian medical bud, man. Like I've actually had it.
Yeah, and I've tried some of that too.
It's okay, but it's not. But because you got to figure it out.
I'd still rather get a license and grow my own plants. You know what I mean? Like, I'm allowed to grow plants if I have a license.
It's not even worth it, man. Yeah. It's not even worth getting a prescription for it because you got to pay to talk to the doctor. I'm pretty sure it's not
$250 a consultant.
Yeah, $200. So that's $250, and then plus. So let's just say that's a consultation. Let's just say you get the script. Like
500.
Fucking, it's like, for 10 grams, it's like fucking ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Oh, no, for 10 G's, it was like $200.
That's why most rappers say 10 stacks for the license, brother. Like, you hear fucking a few rappers saying, I can't remember who exactly, I know Chillin' it said it, it's like 10K for a fucking medical license. Like, 10K, bro. Yeah. I saw this guy I saw, like, some guy who fucking was, like, trying to sell, like, you know, fake ones and shit. Like, I don't know, he was just trying to say, 10K, bro. I'm like, what?
And the medical nah.
You can't, like, print my face on it and put my details. That's not gonna work, fam. That's not gonna work.
Man, I'll get my prescriptions at the pharmacy, but I'm getting my butt off my dealer, man.
Yeah, straight out, brother.
That's what it is, you know. But fucking welcome to Sydney. No, but I feel like ever since COVID really happened, that whole the whole drug, like the drug trade, fucking
blow out.
Yeah, it's just.
So it went absolute chaos.
Yeah, I like, well, like I didn't really I didn't see anything like it. It was pretty bad. Like people who weren't even druggos were fucking smashing everything.
Yeah.
Like everyone was doing everything.
And all I could see people selling through lockdown was either Xannies, trips. There was like a massive lack of MD around here. It just disappeared, man. It's like, where the fuck did the little Dutch shit? Or the pure stuff. Like,
there's I feel like there's no such thing as like real M anymore.
Like, lockdown really cracked down on the fucking drug imports, man. Yeah. It's the same with the vapes as well. These things are banned.
Oh yeah,
these things are banned. Like,
I forgot.
This is for personal use. I'm not giving this to anyone. Fuck it.
Nah, but like, fuck. And you know, like the government is gonna get to a point where they're gonna absolutely fuck, like, make so much money when they implement bud. You don't even understand.
Yeah, I know they could make so much, but liberals don't want to set up like preventative strategies and shit. They'd rather just take money off what they can now, like just take,
like tolls, speed cameras,
and then they just take most of the time they just take the buds off people and like just use it for themselves, like most of the time.
Probably, man.
It's so corrupt, like, a lot of people fucking, like, you can get away with buds a lot of the time as well, like, I can just say, oh, here you go, I've got this, that, and like, oh, be on your way, fucking have a good night, mate.
Legit, yeah.
So a lot of cops even know, like, oh, brother, this shit ain't bad, like, no, it's like, it's
like,
each to their own, but some cops do, some cops don't. It's like, I'm not gonna expose these people, like, some of them are mad cunts, like, fucking no shout out to all them cops that let me off for having pot. Fucking shout out to them people that still didn't get me fucking done. I'm like, brother, what the fuck? Are you crazy? Like, okay, you have a good night, man. They're just too nice, but some of them they can be like so fucking like just nasty.
They just stomped on my bud, man, and just told me to go home. That's all I've gotten. Fucking buds. But it's just like everyone knows what it is. Everyone has accepted it to a certain point.
Yeah.
Like, if you hate it or if you're a bit iffy about it, like, you have to come to the realization that like everyone's doing this shit.
And the only problem is that all I have to do is just put in the more research to try and understand it more. Like, I've put in like fucking times like getting off the stuff and fucking cutting down the shit and detoxing and coming back to it and realizing what the actual effects are and how it actually affects me. It's like I've road mapped a way to like use it properly, but for people who don't understand it and haven't done any research on it, it's like it's so easy for them to abuse and give like the wrong idea. Everyone, people like get in trouble with their parents with fucking pot and shit. Then they start getting lazy and over smoking with their friends once their parents start letting them do stuff, and it lets them they just let themselves just drag themselves down and shit and stuff. It's like, you gotta keep a positive mindset on that shit, because like a mate told me, the world is what you make it. Like, even though it's for some people it can be like harder to come to that reality, but with the pot it opens your mind, and if you open your mind to the good possibilities, you do good things. You open your mind to the bad possibilities, you do bad things. A lot of people who just use it to like drown out shit. It's like when you come off
it's not to say that you can't get, because like the first few times I even smoked, I got fucking so anxious.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I hated it, but for some reason I was just like, because it's what everyone did. It's what everyone did everyone went to the parks and everyone had sessions at parks and shit. It's just what every kid did.
Yeah.
And I was like,
fear of the cops being around the corner.
Yeah, and shit, like that's
and somebody keeps saying the word cops. I'm like, oh my god, shut the fuck up. Bro.
So that's just what everyone was doing, and I was just around that, and so I just started smoking pot not even once every 2 weeks, and then fucking I became a pretty heavy smoker.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But like the number one thing I probably I reckon man, it's gonna get to a point where they're gonna just completely fuck everybody with the tax with tobacco. No one's gonna pay it no more, man. No one's paying it.
Like, dude, we're paying like, we used to pay like 25 a deck for fucking 20 ciggies. Now we're paying like 29 at least. Fucking, it was even better back in
it's
the
like
day.
30 now. It's
Yeah,
like
what the
30.
Dude, no,
$30 a deck.
Port Royale, the fucking rum and wine used
I
to
love that
be
shit.
for 15 gram pouches. It was like fucking like 20 or like
28, 20.
no, it was like 20 or $25. It was
24,
so
24,
cheap.
50.
Oh yeah, it was like
Yeah, 15 gram was like 20 or $25. I don't
Yeah, it was
remember,
like-
but
it was
it
like
was
just a
fucking
thing, yeah.
cheap as
probably like
fuck.
22.
Now it's something like
22.50 back
Yeah,
in the
it's
day.
like probably like 30.
Oh,
so
fuck
Like
no, it's what it
Riverstone
is now.
15 grams was like 22.50 back then. Like 20,
Yeah, I
even
remember.
20 bucks at Coles.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, I remember
Riverstone was like 20
yeah,
bucks
yeah.
at Coles, 15 gram pouch, fucking.
but they're
Now
gonna
they're
keep
like
taxing
fucking
it up
27.
just to stop us.
And then they don't even sell 15 gram ones anymore. So where the fuck did they all go?
Yes.
It's not letting you pay any less than fucking $25 for any kind of tobacco at all. Like you have to pay more than $25 to get any sort of tobacco. So
100%.
better off just going to those import places, mate.
Yeah, like
Fucking $15 a deck at the
50
local,
yeah,
yeah,
$15,
bye-bye.
$18. There you go.
Manchester's
Double
and
happiness.
Marlboros, fucking yeah, all that good stuff from back in the day.
No, and they're full starting to like, and they hate the vapes because they're not making money on it.
Yeah, they
either.
can't because everyone's just reselling them themselves. They can't tax it. They can't
No, they
tax
started
it.
giving out prescriptions for it.
Yeah, that's what they did. I remember them planning that. I remember reading up and I was going, they're going to give us medical vapes and give us medical cartridges to smoke this flavourless fucking nicotine shit. And we're allowed to puff it like a certain amount of times a day. And, like,
I don't know, man. It's,
yeah, you could put in your own flavours still, but like...
I don't know. They're all
I'm
honest.
so
fucking
fucked trying
doing
to
their
keep to
own
a
shit.
medical plan, just like... Whatever. Oh dear, these things will kill you faster than cigarettes though.
Yeah, hard.
Yeah, it's like 12 cigarettes in one puff or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because like, these things, right, one of these, 6%, fucking 1200 puffs, right? Remember the original QVs? Those original QVs, the 300 puff ones,
Oh, the tiny ones.
had the
yeah.
amount of nick of a 20 cigarette deck, right? Your average golds or reds 20 cigarette deck. The same amount of nicotine as in one of those 300 puff ones. Then they brought in these 2x ones or these 3x ones, right? Imagine how much nick is in them. You're smoking, like, if you finish that in less than a day, you just smoked 3 whole decks of nicotine, plus it's all just vegetable oils and fucking glycerin and shit, just in your lungs. Like,
Yeah,
you've got
and
this
it
juice
sticks around
residue
too, the
just
oil.
leaking into your lungs, and when's that?
Yeah, you cough it up.
Yeah.
You cough it up.
And what happens to people is when they fucking, like, you know, have too much of it stuck in their lungs, it blocks their fucking the shit that allows the oxygen to go into their blood flow, and that causes popcorn lung, and that causes your lungs to fucking explode. You have to go straight to ICU. You have to get all this fucking shit, fucking respirator, fucking, like, you know, fucking anesthetic and shit, and like operation done to remove the fucking rupture. Like, it's because it causes a chemical reaction, you see.
Yeah.
And so it caused that little combustion explosion. Fucking the stuff just literally fucking explodes. It's why it's called popcorn lung. So that's fucked. Like, you can't over smoke these. You can't have more than a certain amount in a day, and you have to let your lungs expel this shit by just coughing, water, producing phlegm. That's why a lot of these people
Exercise,
produce phlegm.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exercise
exercise.
definitely.
Number
It's
one
like
fucking
nick addictions
need.
are deadly. They are deadly. Nick addictions can fucking kill you after a while, and it's like you gotta learn to settle down earlier than later, and learn to slowly cut until you like don't feel the need to have it at all.
Yeah.
Like right now, just kicking back to the boys, you know, fucking yeah, nah.
Nah, like everyone knows like it's all fucking shit for you, but we still all do it.
Yeah. Quitting will improve your
That's
health. Quitting will improve your health, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking oath.
Yeah, but like, you know, it's all about responsible use. I
That's
smoke
it,
way
mate.
too much of that. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's like we've hit that part of the fucking podcast. We've talked about everything we need to talk about. Fucking now it's like kick back convo time,
yeah.
mate. Like
Yeah.
What you got going on? I'm doing more photography shit lately. It's
I'm just chilling, bro.
I'm just smoking up, having a fun time, chilling the hammock.
yeah, Mr. Tradie, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Mike Nosey.
Might fucking know,
Yeah,
mate.
You fucking
No,
talking about?
fucking. I'll tell you what's too fried, bro.
Like, yeah.
Get these. I walked into fucking JD Sport the other day.
Yeah, JD.
Yeah, nah, like, okay, my mum, fucking, so she works at, TK, like, TK
Oh, yeah,
Maxx,
yeah,
and that
TK
store,
Maxx
yeah,
is
yeah.
like sportswear store,
Yeah.
big fashion, you know.
And she got me this fresh-ass fucking Tommy jumper.
Oh, yeah,
but she gets
this
like
on Tommy, yeah.
yeah, like a mad discount and that.
That's fucking sick.
So she got it for like $20, and it was worth like 150, and like, and so yeah, but she took like the normal like, the Tommy ones have this security tag on it. That's a
Yeah.
soft tag.
The soft
So
tag.
it's inside the thing, and
You
it's
have
a
to
little.
demagnetize
Does it still like leak the ink?
No, it's no ink. You have to cut it off though.
Right.
You have to use scissors. Like
Oh.
even store clerks have to cut it off. It's retarded.
Oh, yeah.
So
fucking hell.
I walk into JD, and you know, I like when I walk in, I'm beeping, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, it's all good." Like because like, what's the issue if I beep when I walk in the store?
Yeah.
So you know, I'm looking around. You know, I buy a bag, fucking this that, like, and you know, I'm about like need to go like a physio or something. Then about to leave, and then you know the buzzer goes off, and then you know I was like, all right, yeah. So I had the JD bag in my hand.
Yeah.
Bruh, the bitch snatched it off me. She fucking looked dead set.
Like just.
Yeah, like,
Yoink. Wind down, mate.
oh,
Fucking
nah.
yoink.
And then she was just like looking through it, and then she was just like, fucking, open up your little bag, because I like a one similar fucking to this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had like my like fucking passport in there, because I had to like show ID to the like people I was going to.
Yeah.
And fucking, and then just like house keys or something.
Yeah.
And fucking like, she was just like, and then I was like, what, like, and then I like start like opening up, like, I was like, look at my DAX, I have nothing on my DAX, like, what the fuck are you on it, like, oh,
yeah, he was just like,
lad,
brother.
fuck, and then she was like,
That'd
you're
be
not
a
allowed at
skit.
this store again, and I'm like, what the fuck did I even do?
What the fuck?
Look, what the fuck?
I'm very with you at
Just
that page,
what the
like,
fuck?
what the hell, man? You just literally walked in and fucking walked out, and
Mate, do you not remember from when I walked in?
no, you just made profit off my store.
I
Congratulations!
literally
you just
fucking,
paid for your shit. Like,
I bought something.
yeah, you should be happy
had a
that you're
receipt.
fucking. Oh my god, be grateful.
The
for your
receipt
fucking
was
customer.
in the bag.
You just lost another fucking rich customer, mate. Like, come on, I could come back anytime.
Fuck, it's full fraud, man.
I know,
Fuck.
man. Fuck. And now everyone's like doing rorts and shit on like that fucking cybercrime's getting into the fucking the refund process, man.
Yeah,
everyone's jumping on that. Everyone's
So-
jumping on that. I'm like, what is this? It's like,
Oh, I'll have them all if you want them.
yeah, I know, like fucking, like I know how to do
I
half
have
of them.
20
Like, I thought everyone
on my
like,
phone if you want them.
yeah, like fucking everyone like
I
had
have
like
like
fucking.
one for almost every single store.
Yeah, and because it's like so common now, it's so easy to get these things. Like
Yeah.
everyone knows how to do it. Like even all the fucking people that want to keep shit legal, they're like, oh bro, I don't want to spend any money on my J. And they see on their Snapchat some random plugs just posted, I got refund stuff, and then like now everyone's doing it. And these
Yeah.
stores are making like barely.
Lad,
anything,
I
bro.
put mine on my story for free, bro. I don't give a shit. Like everyone can have it.
It's
Like,
because,
everyone
like, yeah,
get your
you're
shit
like-
for free, bro.
I can't believe people are making people pay for that when
Yeah.
people already knew how to do this stuff for ages. Like, are you
Yeah.
serious? You just learned how to do it now.
I was like, lad, blast that shit up.
man, fucking. People would not believe the amount of people that do rorts and online shit like that and fucking get away with little stuff. Like, I swear, we can't be the only people doing all this shit.
Oh,
And
no
it's
way.
not like, and because
No
fucking
way,
there's so
man.
many people out there doing it, like you start to wonder like, how big is this epidemic of fucking like anti-governmental or like, you know, it's kind of like post-punk culture and shit, like fucking just people just like just starting to wake up and realise what the fuck they're in or what the fuck's going on around them, you know, like...
Well, what's happening, yeah.
It's like, a lot of us aren't alone in a lot of things, and a lot of us believe we are, but like there's so many of the same occurrences happening around us everywhere. Like, you know, the fucking drug culture, the fucking, like, you know, just like gang culture, fake gang culture, all this like wake up influence from like rappers spreading different messages. Like, people listen to music. Music's a very big influence in our society. And it's like, there's a lot of like wannabe gangster cultures out there because all the popular artists are like, you know, post-gangster people just fucking doing raps and stuff. Like, you know, like Drake and Snoop Dogg even. Like, he used to fucking hustle hard. He used to be on the block, bro. He still raps the 313, 213, fucking... Like, all of these guys spread like they have a gangster image to themselves. They have a gangster personality, and all these people aspire to be them. Like,
100%.
I can definitely say I've been influenced by them too. Like, fucking oath, I love Snoop Dogg. Fucking oath. I love my chili. Like, not a lot of people fucking... Everyone thinks he's a cringe cunt. I just love his, like, positivity and shit, you know? Like, just fucking trying to, like, spread the love out there and all that. Shout out to fucking... Chili is, like, fucking... I met him this year on the day before my birthday. I didn't get, like, a selfie or anything, but I met him, like, the day before my birthday, and that was fucking sick.
You know water, bro.
Oh, yeah, man.
Fucking
got juice and...
Yeah, no one's taken anything from that bottle yet since the bottle. Yeah, fucking oath. Oh, don't smoke yourself out, mate. What are you doing? Don't smoke yourself out, mate.
Never smoke yourself out. Once you smoked enough, that's it. You can't get any more fucked.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll punch a few more.
You'll punch a few more, but you can't get, like, yeah. But you'll still be in that memory.
Where's the big CPA?
You can get smashed upon
if you really try.
Really try.
It takes a lot.
You have to fucking punch a lot to fucking, like, get really smashed if you build a tolerance.
You just have to keep going and going and going and going.
Funny thing is, with pot, you can still run with a tolerance, and while you're addicted to shit, you can run a long time without it. It's funny as. It's like psychedelics have this afterglow effect, which people don't establish enough that, like, the effect lingers on. And even if you don't feel it, it's still there until it actually leaves your system completely. Yeah. And that's why when you stack up more, it builds that tolerance. Like, so some drugs have like a come down where some like that you hit much more instantly. Like stimulants have like a come down, you hit more instantly. But I guess like most other things, like, you know, most other substances just linger on and keep going, and like to not wait for yourself to detox completely and give yourself more is like to just build this tolerance and affect your chemical balance and send your chemical balance in that direction, you know?
I mean, it completely changes your brain, man.
Rearranges pathways, quite literally.
Once people do ice for a substantial amount of time, they literally change.
Yeah, they literally
as a whole person. It's weird.
They develop a different class of ADHD, whereas like the stuff still hits them, but they don't have any dopamine, but they're like still erratic and still like, because their brain tries to function without it. It's like they just develop this kind of ADHD. It's like trying to function without any dopamine. It's like you just get ADHD. That's it. Like. It's funny as people can do these things and develop these fucking pre-existing conditions and pass them on to their kids through DNA. Yeah. It's like, you know, it's a really big thing because like eventually we're all going to evolve to be like tolerant to a lot of different things, and we're all going to run on like zero emotion. Like all of these like future generations of kids are going to be like so fucked with the DNA, man.
Hard, man.
DNA's going to be fucked.
I know, and it's like, and there's not much evidence of it, but I reckon there is, because I've seen like, you know, my friends' parents doing drugs and it affects them, and then their grandparents actually did stuff, and it's like when people come clean and admit these things, it makes so much more sense as to why people are the way they are, and why people are born with some pre-existing conditions. It's because of like, you know, either the drug influence and the trauma experiences, and all that stuff.
Like legit newborns are born like heroin addicts, meth addicts.
Yeah, like we know some we have a famous friend who's who's like born like on a come down about shit, and he's not having a good time, but
not at all.
I miss the bloke though. I fucking want to see him soon, but he's really been losing it, you know.
Just not there.
He's not all there in the head right now. No way.
No.
So, and I can say that like I'm not in an offensive way.
Yeah,
I love
not in
the
an
bloke.
offensive
like,
way.
He's like my brother, you know. I fucking miss the cunt so much.
Yeah, it's sad to see, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, when he talks to me, he's always happy.
He's happy. That's
when he
the
talks
good
to
thing.
me, he's happy. So like that keeps me fucking glad that I can just, if I ever go back to see him, he'd have a good time. You know. It is what it is, boy.
It is what it is.
Big Billy for the boys.
Punch it. Nah, proper milk it, like. Oh.
That's only a small pain for him.
I used to be like that, man, honest. I used to be like, I could punch like fucking mountains. And I can't punch enough. My lungs are
I mean, once you get the breathing technique into.
Oh, I have the breathing
Yeah,
technique.
exactly.
Like,
Once
I have
you get it,
everything. Yeah.
You're set. You're
Yeah.
set. You know, you can pull anything. You know?
It's just your body. My lungs will clean for a bit. So like, once you start smoking again,
Yeah, it's
you
like,
like,
yeah.
It makes your lungs seize up a bit. You're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Because I was packing like big cones, and when I started smoking again, because I was like, when I quit bud, I just go off it. Like, I don't slow down. I'm just like,
yeah, I have
whatever.
to cut down because of like little skits fair.
Yeah.
But like for other people, yeah, like my mate Jay, when he cut off the buds, he just jumped off them completely, and he's like, he had this ex-misso of his, right? He was like, fucking imagine if Jay was here talking about this fucking. He was like, he was sober the whole time, and he was working, and he was gonna get drug tested at work for fucking stuff. Like he was doing a mechanic apprenticeship, and she was thinking that he was like, she was getting paranoid that he was smoking the whole time, like because he was kicking back for the boys and buying munchies for them and stuff like that, but he wasn't actually smoking with them. He was just, kicking back. He might have had a backy cone here or there. He was like pumping a vape the whole time. He had his own fucking vape. Like he's just chilling out.
Yeah, you don't like.
And she got paranoid and left him because of it. And he's like, fuck it.
Fuck?
His boss fired him anyway. I don't know why, because his boss just didn't like him. Maybe it was probably a smart ass to his boss because he's really smart. He likes fucking back chatting all the time if he thinks something's wrong with what someone
he's
said.
not gonna let anyone like.
But he's got a really he's got a really good fucking
he's got
take
a good
on
spirit.
stuff though. Yeah, he's got a really good take on stuff, and he's pretty open-minded to things too. But if he knows something's like, not right, he'll fucking he'll point it out straight away.
Yeah, he's gonna point it.
And he can be a bit of a comedian sometimes,
Oh,
like,
of course, yeah, 100%.
yeah, but like, so that's probably why his boss fired him, and probably taken the Hilux up the road. Fucking to get lunch. Come on, it's a Hilux, man. He didn't damage it nothing. Fucking.
Come on, mate.
Imagine. I don't think he got caught doing that, but like, no, cameras, man, cameras. Watch out.
100%.
Like, yeah, she got sus of that, and then he started smoking again. And then he jumped off it again for another 3 months, and I was like, what the fuck? How do you do that? He was just sitting there playing games the whole time, like, just chilling out.
Yeah, like
He didn't have to do anything.
some people go through like full cycles.
Yeah.
100%.
Like, fuck. Like, I could pop for like a solid fucking 3-4 months.
Yeah, that's a pretty good run because you'd be
And then-
completely detoxed after the first month.
Yeah, that's
Especially
the
you got like a
detox
fast
lad.
metabolism
Yeah.
as well. You don't have that much.
Like
stored in your fat,
I was
so,
having like maybe backy cones here and there.
Yeah, I would have done the same. Like fucking backy cones.
Chin
fucking
smoking
backy
backy
cones.
Oh, actually, can I have a
Little
Dazzler?
Swifty, huh?
No, Dazzler.
Dazzler.
Yeah,
Oh, where's
skin.
my deck? Yeah, fucking
Just be nice.
holidays, mate.
Oh, that's-
Oh fuck, is that your deck?
Oh, you got your decks there too. Fucking the TS one.
I thought.
Nah, you're good.
I was
Nah, you got
smoking
your
the
deck. Nah, you're
fucking
good,
dog.
brother.
Oh
Don't worry,
shit,
lad.
no, because I bought a holiday deck the other day.
Nah, you were
Because
good,
my
bro.
fucking
You're good, bro.
shit.
It's all woods, bro.
Bro, we smoke through ciggies as well. We fucking spin the fucking
Nah,
buds
that's
sometimes.
bad, man.
Like, in the peak of lockdown, I was smoking too much bud, man. Like too much fucking cones. It's going fucking ham. It's like
Yeah, that's just fucking.
I was like, you can't
Nah,
tell, you still smoke
my
the same amount.
ciggy my ciggy
Yeah,
intake fucking went up, eh?
My ciggy intake is just like, alright, well if I'm at
Backy
home,
cone after backy cone when you don't have any buds.
if I've got no buds, I'm sitting at home, back cone, you know?
I don't like
Yeah.
backy cone no more, fuck that.
Yeah, no, I don't like them anymore. It's like,
I don't
have
know
them
why,
sometimes if someone wants to have a cone with me because like they want to have a bud cone with me, I'm like, oh, let's have a backy cone with you. It's like, that's like, I'm letting my friends influence me with that. I'm gonna like fucking cut it sometimes because I'm like, nah, I don't want a backy cone. I don't want
It
one.
just, my body doesn't
And,
like
and
take
some
it.
people just
I don't
keep,
know.
when they search with me, they keep asking for more cones and shit. And I'm like, I'm offering you cones. Just stop asking. Like, come on, just let me fucking wait until I can offer you one. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh, it just tells me how much. It tells me a lot of things when people ask me for a cone.
And people
It's like
ask.
and the way they ask for a cone.
The way they ask.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
'cause
tell a lot of
it's
things. You
like-
can tell so many things from the way someone asks you for a cone. You can just
Because
tell.
yeah, people can
Oh.
make stories. They can do certain stuff before just for
Mhm.
to have.
Yeah, you tell in the lead up and the
Yeah,
they think they
it's a
can
lead
abuse
up.
your short term memory. I'm like, I'm not that
Oh,
that fucking light of a stoner, mate.
Yeah,
I
like
can remember
Oh,
everything that goes on.
Like,
you know,
I
like,
remember.
it's like I may lose my own words, but I won't remember what other people have said. You
Exactly,
know?
like,
yeah,
100%.
yeah, straight up. Fucking hell. That's a fucking. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
It's
Fucking,
well,
hope you're
lads.
still listening. If you're still listening, fucking love you lot. Yous are the best. Fucking.
100%. That's it.
We'll think of a good topic for next time, eh? I didn't even bother to write anything down and fucking ask like any questions. We just basically just talked it out.
Just
fucking,
talked,
you
yeah.
know. It's like nice little sesh going. Fucking. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one, mate.
Laters. See you, everyone.
What
What are you talking about, man? What are you fucking talking